So I'm in this film class. We get to learn all this stuff about Hollywood techniques, actors, lighting and sound design, and all of that good old juicy behind the scenes stuff of what goes into a film. As I was doing one of our assignments, I came across a line in our textbook that says, actors must learn to look directly at each other, locking eyes, and seldom blink. Now I read this and I thought to myself, there's no way this is actually true. Actors are blinking at each other all the time, and I've seen tons of movies. So I did some research, meaning that I would find some movie scenes that would just pop into my head to see if I could find evidence of actors not actually blinking. Interstellar is one of my all-time favorite movies. The story and the way it makes you think and how it all comes together is fantastic. In one scene, the space crew is on a water planet and a giant wave is rushing towards them, which is pretty terrifying. Now I'll let the rest of the scene play out from when they realize that what they thought was a mountain is instead a gigantic wave.
We need the recorder.
Fran, Doyle, back to the Ranger now.
We're not leaving without her data.
Get back here now. No, we do not have time. The second wave is coming. We're in the middle of a swell.
I got it.
Get your ass back to the Ranger now. Fran, get back here now.
Cooper, go. I can't make it. Go.
Case, go get her.
Go.
Get up, Fran. Go.
I'm not gonna make it.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come on, Case has it. Get back here, Doyle. Come on. Get to the hatch. Go. Manually overriding inside hatch.
Now, if you were looking at the actors' eyes, you may have noticed that they hardly even blinked, and that they were mostly wide-eyed. Their eyes were open, wide open. If you've ever been scared or feel like you're about to die because you're staring at the face of a 300-foot wave, you'd probably look like this too. The reason for all this wide-eyed action is simple. It creates a sense of fear to the audience. You might even open your eyes a bit wider while watching this scene or scenes similar like this. The face communicates a lot of emotion that we, the audience, and humans in general, can comprehend. So the wide-eyed, no blinking scene effectively gives us a sense of fear. Let's take a look at a different example. The Great Gatsby, the beautifully directed film full of vivid colors, great story, handsome faces, and this jerkwad. He pisses me off. Watch this party scene where Nick Carraway is about to meet Gatsby for the first time.
Oh yes, the 9th Battalion.
I was in the 7th.
Excuse me.
I knew you looked familiar. Having a good time, old sport?
Oh, the whole thing's incredible. I live just next door. He sent me an actual invitation. Seems I'm the only one. I still haven't met Mr. Gatsby. No one's met him. They say he's third cousin to the Kaiser and second cousin to the devil.
I'm afraid I haven't been a very good host, old sport. You see, I'm Gatsby.
His smile was one of those rare smiles that you may come across 4 or 5 times in life. It seemed to understand you and believe in you, just as you would like to be understood and believed in.
Sorry, old sport.
Notice that Nick did blink a few times, but it was all natural and probably flew over your head. But for most of the scene, Nick is not blinking and generally looking at the man that is later revealed as Gatsby. Once Gatsby is revealed, the blinking commences as Nick is in shock. And the icy blue gaze of a beautiful man makes all of us wish that we had a Great Gatsby in our life. Without blinking, the actors can keep the audience mesmerized. This can be found in many forceful characters, such as Kylo Ren. and Luke still didn't blink. There is one more point that I want to touch on. It's very subtle, but very important in movies. This is shown very well in the ending of The Prestige. I can't even explain the plot of this movie because it's trippy and would be better if you just watched it on your own. Anyways, here's the scene.
We were both Fallon, and we were both Borden. Were you the one who went into the box, or the one who came back out? We took turns. The trick is where we would swap. Cutter knew, but I told him it was too simple, too easy. No.
So, the Greatest Showman gets shot in the chest, and he's shocked. I would be too. But take note of his gaze into the justice-loving face of Batman. Both of them stare at each other, and neither of them look away from each other. This is for a specific reason. Let me demonstrate. If I am staring directly into the camera and looking at the audience, you, then you have no other choice but then to really look back at me and listen to what I have to say. But if I'm talking to you, and at the same time I'm breaking my gaze with you multiple times, you can't help but wonder what in the world that I'm looking at. It's a kitten eating a sandwich. Normally, when we talk to our friends, family, and so forth, we tend to glance away every so often to gather our thoughts. But actors need to stare intently into their co-star's eyes to avoid the suggestion of distraction or evasion. And the same goes for blinking, because it suggests that anxiety or surprise, as we saw in Great Gatsby. So, in summary, actors don't blink because it's a part of their job. Facial expressions involve the eyes, and facial expressions convey emotion, which help tell the story. Looking away makes them look distracted, and blinking can make them look surprised. Now, of course, there is still blinking in movies as it's natural for humans to do. It just may happen less often. So that's what I was able to find in my studies. Of course, I did mention that it was a film class, and I currently have a 27% in the class, so I'm probably not 100% correct. But I thought that it was interesting and I wanted to share that. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, let me know if you like this kind of stuff. If you find it interesting to hear about stuff that I've learned in school or like any of my life experiences, just let me know if you want to see more stuff like this. The last thing that I wanted to touch upon was this. Hawaii is a pretty cool place to visit, and I want to showcase it a bit more, like either through vlogs or any like, you know, cool experiences that I've had. I'll have an update as to what's happening with me, you know, like where I'm going to be going after this. In the future, but I'm curious as to if that would interest you guys too. Like, do you want to see more stuff of Hawaii? Like, if you want to, you know, are you interested in stuff that I, you know, tagging along with, you know, maybe an adventure that I do with some friends or something? Let me know down in the comments if you want to see stuff like that too. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you again next week. Ideally. You never really know. It might be 2 weeks or longer. I'm not really entirely sure, but yeah. Okay, bye.